Live. Doop-de-doo.
Hello.
Hey, Oblivious. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, actually.
Good to
I
hear.
have a minor headache, but I know why that is. So
Why is
hear
that?
BP.
Huh?
BP. I didn't take my meds. I'm about to.
Oh, I see. Should you... Should you... Okay.
They're right in front of me. I just need some more.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not life-threatening, okay? I know what that feels like.
Yeah. Just, it's the first I'd heard of it in all the time I'd known you, so...
I've mentioned it before, but it was in such passing that,
Yeah.
you probably don't remember.
Well, time to do a darn thing.
It's time to start on that cheery note.
Hope that doesn't have terrible portent.
No. It's like, I've had many headaches throughout my life, so I can tell, based on how it feels, if it's like sinus based or blood pressure based, or if I just whacked my head on something really hard.
All right. Well, to start things off, we're playing the Long War 2 mod, and the difficulty I'll be playing on is Rookie, which is easy, but Ironman, which is one save only.
Why is it called the Long War anyway?
Because it's a very long war. Like, they've extended the game and changed a bunch of mechanics and AI and whatnot. So, but I'll get into that as it comes up. I've gotten a few hours into this, but I haven't actually completed a campaign yet, so we'll be all going on this journey together.
Yeah, I will be actually in the stream in a moment. I'm doing a thing in a game first.
Well, feel free to be quiet for a little bit, because it's time for the opening cutscene.
Fair enough.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by fringe elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate a benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep Gatecrasher.
60 seconds. Now.
Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
Alright, come on, load for me. I know you can do it, game. Hello, dog.
Yeah, I've got dogs. They bark sometimes.
Ah, no problem. So, this looks very different right off the bat. And we'll get to why we're in a warehouse in a little while, but yeah, just things start off very, very differently from the original campaign.
Yeah, getting evicted sucks.
For starters, you don't actually have the proper tutorial mission.
No, it's not the tutorial mission, and it's not like the intro mission of a regular campaign either.
You guys got the boot.
I see a few familiar faces. We'll see who everyone is on the roster when they get out of there.
Right off the bat, I can see Zenkarn with
Oh
his
yeah,
mask.
the big metal skull. Yeah, that's a Zenkarn.
True to form, Zenkarn sticks out.
All right. So we start off with a enemy ambush mission, which is a new mission type, but pretty simple as well. So we have a squad of, gosh, like 8? Yeah. And we have Aurelia, which I couldn't really bring myself to take out of the pool. We have Zarhan. We have Creeper Zone, Codeman, Zenkarn, Sani, Snowman, who I forget who that belongs to, actually, in terms of their Discord name, or if maybe it was through the Twitter link, and Azure Mountain.
Oh, hey, I'm in the starting one.
Yep, and a bunch of the others who submitted characters will probably be on the Avenger, because the game starts you out with like 18 rookies. So anyway, first thing we should do is go to the options menu and set stuff for the Longmore 2. Like setting rotation back to 90, because I prefer it that way. And Longmore 2 comes with a bunch of options that are like the second wave from Enemy Unknown, like Not Created Equally or Hidden Potential, Red Fog, Damage Roulette. We'll stick with Not Created Equally, but I'm not going to turn on Hidden Potential, which randomizes the stat upgrades, because I did that for my previous sort of test run, and it kind of sucks when Soldier gets kind of shafted on something like mobility. That makes for kind of an awkward thing, especially when they get spec'd into a Ranger. So there are things I like about Long War 2 and things I don't like, and we'll get to them all. I kind of want to turn V-Locked perks on, but we'll leave it off. Leave some suspense and things. Anything else? I think that'll do it. Yeah.
I did not know that any of these options existed until right now.
Yep, they certainly exist. So, besides like changing camera rotation, this is going to be pretty like default as far as Long War 2 settings go. And yeah, so we'll get started. So we gotta find all the enemy targets and neutralize them.
Roger that.
And there will be a few. It won't just be like 6 soldiers total like in the standard intro mission.
Azure, you were right about Zenkan being very noticeable.
Yeah,
the difference between him and the other soldiers is just black and white.
Oh, jeez.
Also, I'm not Azure.
Well, I mean, I pointed out Zenkarn, and then it was brought up that he is very noticeable.
Yeah, the noticeable part was me. And my brain stopped completely for a second.
Let me just see who's all in the room. It's, Azure Mountain, Love Not, Oblivious, and Zephyr.
Zephu.
Because I was just like, hey, anyone who wants to join the call, feel free. But I was totally prepared to do it solo, because this bunch is a shy bunch.
Well, not me, but...
but
I think I'm the glaring exception to that rule.
Possibly. It's
I
also a
only
bit of...
because I saw other people.
And I'm also a bit of a, pot calling kettle black there.
There's also a bit of the thing that the stream is on a delay, so I can't quite see exactly what's going on at the time that it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Bit difficult to make commentary on that.
I'm not even watching it right now.
I wish I could get around that a little more, but the stream delay helps keeps things stable to watch, so there's not a ton of like, oh no, stream went down for me or stuff like that. So
eventually Discord is gonna input screen sharing.
Yeah, but to do that and stream is going to be an even bigger load on my CPU than it is right now.
That's true.
I think your computer might explode if you try that.
It's an old machine, and it has seen better days and much more optimized games. Oh, do I really want to go towards the edge of the roof? Okay, good. They weren't directly under.
You can go as slow as you want right now.
Yes, but I like to go aggressively because the maps are bigger and I don't like to waste time and do Overwatch and crawl. I hate Overwatch and crawl. You're gonna over the course of this playthrough, you're gonna hear me talk a lot about my preference for aggressive play over defensive play and how.
But sometimes a great offense is a great defense.
I'm sure the troops love that.
He'll be fine. We're playing on easy. I'm trying.
What are we going to do today, Commander Spud? You're going to go in there and...
I'm playing this to have fun, darn it.
Nobody plays games for fun anymore. Be realistic, Spud.
Yeah, I'm doing this for views and money now.
Min-max everything.
Can you even do that in this game?
Oh hell yes, you can. You can min-max really, really, really hard.
Sort of. Not with like hidden potential and that stuff on, but
randomized stats and.
But as far as like picking out perks and whatnot to sort of optimize yourself for a particular weapon or set of skills, there's certainly a bit of that.
Just an hour ago, I saw a video of a sniper getting 8 kills in one turn.
Damn.
Yeah, that's Serial is amazing, and it's going to be so long before we even dream of an ability like that. Let's see.
Now I'm hungry.
That's a long detection range. I wonder if they're just going to go around like this. Maybe I can head them off a little bit. Or if that's just going to reveal another pod.
In the distant years of the future, everyone is still...
That's affirmative.
You cut out there. What?
In the distant years of in the future...
You cut out again. Amazing.
God damn it!
I think the stream is trying to take down your confidence because you were in the first squad.
What's that wall, that hole in the wall over where the civilians are?
It looks like something exploded there.
Yeah, like, I wonder if XCOM has been here before. Never seen battle damage in maps.
It's an interesting idea. I know from a technical standpoint, there's no real reason for that to be there unless something in the world geometry just kind of got busted up, but it's, you know, kind of looks like a neat detail. There's all these developed, you know, apartment buildings and whatnot, and then there's... Oh, well, that's not the only building, actually. This whole section is just kind of bombed out hovel. No, that's standard, actually. Now I remember.
Yeah, I mean, there was something about insurgents and violent things going on.
In the years of future, somehow everyone drives a Prius. I don't know. You've got some tri-wheelers and vans and trucks. That's something. That's not nothing.
Bin unterwegs. Time to motor.
Oh boy, everyone's a rookie again.
Fresh meat.
Indeed.
To be honest, I like playing with rookies because you don't need to feel as stressed because they're expendable.
Yeah, but I mean, basically the strategy comes down to, what should I do? Grenade. How did that... Oh, no. Somehow that glitched out and just did not affect them in any way whatsoever. Did it, like, fall into the, did it fall into the grate there? How did that happen?
I see. It,
Yeah, sometimes...
The blast radius actually didn't affect any of them.
Yeah, sometimes the grenade terrain interaction is really weird. Well,
no, I saw the sphere, the damage sphere. It didn't actually make any of the goons.
Yeah, it's not the damage sphere that really matters. It's the tiles that are affected. Yeah, as far as XCOM 2 goes. So this is the part where I say there's a bunch of new enemies, but that's pretty plainly self-evident.
Other than the drone, it's just modifications of standard enemies, so I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of alternate advent, alternate mutons, stuff like that.
Because making entirely new models is very hard.
No, they did some stuff.
Stuff and things were...
And there's definitely a bunch of changes that I will unabashedly agree with, even if there's some that I don't. And one of them is that not everyone needs to kill a thing to get experience.
Oh, fantastic.
Experience is based on how many enemies there are in the mission at start, even if you don't kill them all. Even if you stealth through the entire thing. The XP will be divvied out equally.
Well, that's a pleasant change, actually.
If you succeed, right? Or is it even on failure?
I think even on... I don't... Well, I mean, if you fail... I think it's reduced, actually. I haven't... That's telling. I haven't actually failed yet. Like, outright failed. I've had some disastrous successes, but,
Disastrous successes. So, basically, a standard player group in role-playing games?
Well, I mean, honestly, that makes that look tame.
With player characters, usually they succeed while disastrously affecting everyone around them, not getting themselves.
Okay, this is the one thing I'm gonna hate about this entire mod, is that it is way too fond of grouping up pods together within spitting distance.
Okay, disaster averted?
So you'll often find yourself triggering 2, sometimes 3 at a time.
Oh, fun times.
For a certain value of fun.
I mean, not Spud's fun, but some kind of.
I hope it's entertaining. So yeah, that's going to be part of why we're playing on Rookie and not Veteran, because the difficulty has been definitely cranked up, and Veteran's just a little too hard. Rookie might be a little too easy, but there's still room to screw up and get people killed, so I'll take it.
Like right here, for example.
This could be ugly unless I drop a...
Also, the audience may note that those grenades did not blow up the walls. That is now restricted to grenades fired by grenadiers with a certain perk.
Yeah, the you can't just obliterate cover all the time anymore, which I guess I kind of agree with. It's a real fiddly thing to, especially to restrict to a single perk. It's a real fiddly thing to tweak.
It sounds as if it has Jesus. It sounds as if it has a more masochistic vibe to it now.
I mean, it feels a lot like, it feels a lot more like Enemy Unknown, in a lot of ways. Whereas XCOM 2 had, despite being a, you know, a game about trying to resist after utter defeat, is a much more light-toned game, if that makes any sense. And whereas XCOM 1 was very more
oppressive.
Yeah, oppressive is a good word for it.
Well, I would say a lot of that has to do with the fact that, like, you know, well, for starters, the XCOM thing is overseen by people you can't even see.
That's true. That's actually a pretty big part of it.
It's got a Big Brother element to it.
Yeah,
it's very secretive, and the horror elements are pretty strong too. You know, people are regularly getting terrorized. Whereas this is, you know, kind of more of a plucky tone to it. It's, well, they took over the world and they're doing horrible things, but now we're gonna punish them for it. As, you know, carefully as we can. Oh, damn.
It's got a significantly more underdog vibe to it.
Yeah.
Heroic underdog.
Wow, Zarhan might almost die.
Oh.
That gunner just tore through him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
You could always evac your 1 health rookie. You can probably finish the mission with the
Oh,
remaining
yeah,
soldiers.
but nah. Let's see. And the keys to making this, you know, combat system work for you early on is flanking and grenades, so aggressive is definitely the way to go. Even if you give up on some pieces of loot here and there, honestly, early on it's not going to make enough of a difference to matter hugely. Alright. You move sideways. You are going to move the hell back. Just the hell back. And maybe you'll move up once things are more sane, but honestly I think this is going to be the end of it. It's 3 pods seems like the right amount. I don't want to risk those shots if I can help it.
Someone mentioned that it's more masochistic, but you've also got to keep in mind that while it is easier for your men to die, they are less valuable since you have so much more of them now.
Yeah, but I disagree.
Losing 10 men won't sink your
I
campaign.
disagree because the game also, later on you'll see, the audience will see, that it's to your advantage to have as many squads out as you can man. So you don't have just an A team, you can potentially have several A teams. Dang it.
I kind of like how Zarhan Waimi was the first one to get wounded.
He picked a very fitting nickname. Definitely give him that.
Yeah.
He's just going to be the constantly war-torn victim of every...
I just want that sectoid gone.
It's just gonna raise a zombie on its turn, probably.
I still want it dead. That was too many missed shots. Yeah, I figured that would be the worst of it. Anyone got a grenade left over?
Moving in position. Grenade out.
So is there only one guy left now?
Yep, that's how it was.
Positive confirmation. Area secured. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Not too many corpses dropped, but whatever. Look at this colorful cast of characters. Y'all did a pretty good job, actually. Not too many eye-searing combinations.
Alright. Go team!
And I've got a few mods in to do stuff, but yeah. Let's see if I can recognize them. Senkarn, no, it's gonna take me a while to recognize you guys by by face. Or helmet, as the case may be.
They can recognize me, Aurelia, Codeman, Zenkarn. That's about it right now.
Yes, Creeper Zone, you certainly did a thing. You moved furthest and dealt the most damage. Ooh, I should install that mod that like changes the reward screen so it's a bunch of different sillier stuff.
Silly is also Zarhan Waimi was.
Yeah, he took a gunner shot to the body.
Yep.
So, everyone gets a promotion. Let's look at all the modded classes, shall we?
Cool.
The Assault, which gets a run and gun and a arc thrower that just stuns people.
Which also has good range now. Instead of
It's a kind of a close-ish range, and also their primary weapon is a shotgun. So
okay.
That's sort of one half of what the Ranger has been split up to. Well, kind of like really like 3 that the Ranger's been split up to. So that's Creeper Zone. He's gonna be an Assault.
All right.
Oh, my girl is going to be a Shinobi, which is all about slashing. And they start out with the Phantom ability by default, so they stay in concealment after the squad's been revealed. Which I don't know if that. I haven't gotten far enough in the perk trees to really know if that's like something you can really capitalize on, but it helps a little bit.
Yeah, further on, the stealth half of the tree gives them bonuses to infiltration time.
Oh yeah. Zarhan, who nearly died, is going to be a ranger, whose standard shot doesn't end on their first action. Doesn't end their turn on their first action. And they also get a sawed-off shotgun. So they're like a ranger, but instead of a melee attack, they have a point-blank sawed-off shotgun. Zenkarn is a specialist. Okay.
Nothing special about that, eh?
Specialists are just kind of specialists, but they do get Haywire Protocol by default now, so you don't have to give up on Revival Protocol for that. Which is nice.
Well, it makes sense that he'd be a specialist. After all, he likes making people undead.
Ah, healer, got it. Looks like Hodeman's going to be our sharpshooter. Who, instead of having a pistol by default, the sharpshooters get a hollow targeting gun, which was normally a heavy ability, but now they just have like a one-action ability that gives an aim bonus to that target.
I wonder what I'm gonna be.
Azure Mountain is a grenadier.
Okay.
Grenadiers are not like heavies anymore. They don't get a cannon. They just have an assault rifle and the grenade launcher.
That's a shame.
But grenadiers are very useful, especially early on. Snowman is a gunner, which is the other half of the heavy. They have the cannon, no grenade launcher, but they get a knife. Because the gunner's going to be in close range a lot, right? That's how that works. I don't get this change very much yet, but they do get area suppression and area suppression by default, which is really useful. And the cannon by default starts with 5 ammo, which is really good.
I think it might just be the knife fighter is designed for close range support. Like if one of the X-rays.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a defensive thing. And the technical, which gets a wrist-mounted heavy weapon gauntlet thing, so they get the rocket launcher and the flamethrower. Just by default, starting out.
Damn.
But you'll never guess what mechanic they brought back into XCOM 2 from XCOM 1.
Oh no.
That's right, everybody's favorite darn mechanic, rocket accuracy.
God damn it.
No.
Oh,
yep.
no.
Oh yes.
Fucking no.
They did it.
That was the worst idea they could have had. Well, one of the worst.
Oh, that little quote was left over from.
No wonder the aliens took over.
It can be very amusing though when you just completely miss a rocket, it flies off into nowhere.
Yes, amusing is the word. Yes, that's the
cloud.
word. That's the correct word for when a rocket that you needed to take out a group just goes off into the distance and hits like a group of civilians or something.
The word you're looking for is
area of the map.
The word you're looking for is schadenfreude. It's not amusing.
Not amusing to the person who fired the rocket.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's get some cutscenes out of the way.
Yar.
This one's really loud for some reason.
Hello, Commander. The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration. With one exception. It is good to see you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid the resistance from the inside. It was these resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat Advent and their alien masters, you must change this before it is too late.
So, They don't start you out with having to deal with or worry about the Avatar project. Even as far as I got in my test campaign, I didn't even see it come up yet. So.
Yeah, about that. It always exists. You can never tell how far it's come along in Long War 2.
Oh, really?
It is an invisible modifier.
Well.
My hand has of its own accord formed the shape of the bird. How about that?
you formed the double bird defense.
Just instinctively. So the one new mechanic is that resistance.
To the research labs.
I'll be right there, Tygan. Just a second. I'm explaining how resistance bases work. And it's very different, and I don't really even fully understand it yet. But, yeah, your resistance has people in it, and they can do different jobs to generate your monthly supplies, or a steady supply of intel, or build your pool of recruits. And you can also assign a soldier, an engineer, or a scientist to a thing to give them bonuses on one of the 3 roles, or do some other stuff. So that's pretty neat. Anyway, let's do some science.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power.
Looking at the wiki now, it says the Avatar project.
Just a second.
If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology. Commander. Dr. Richard Tygan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
So, science has had a few changes. Mostly in that, we can't see it now because I don't think I picked up a single corpse from that intro mission, but you can break down corpses into small amounts of supplies through the research tab, and you can do some basic research to kind of supplement a lack of scientists or supplies to kind of optimize things, but it takes forever, and sometimes you've got things you need to do. Let's see, what's kind of let's do just modular weapons.
I find that area of research to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
And we'll pop by engineering now.
Okay. Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
Alright. So we don't get to build a bunch of items. Oh, we do have corpses. We just couldn't break them down, I guess.
Do you ever regret leaving the city?
Oh, maybe I just need to do alien biotech first, right.
The food? The warm beds?
Honestly, none of that really bothers me.
Zephyr, what were you talking about as far as the Avatar project on the wiki?
That was me. Basically,
right.
It's been doubled, the amount of pips they need to fill up to win.
Yeah.
To compensate for the fact that you don't know how far along they are.
Well, eventually you should be able to learn, right? Anyway. What facility should I build first? I'm feeling like either the Guerrilla Tactics School or the Advanced Warfare Center.
Which one's the hospital one again?
Advanced Warfare Center.
I would definitely go for that. In my current game, I have about 13 people who are wounded or severely wounded.
It's not good. It's not good to have people gone for a month. So yeah, that'll happen for a while. You noticed we start with a bunch of intel and supplies because we're playing on Rookie. Yeah, that's just gonna be a thing.
Commander, good to see you.
Let's start with the Kate Love song.
Welcome to the bridge. The nerve center.
It's still gonna take 100 missions to complete this dang thing.
Have our entire world in their grip.
If you don't pay attention to it, no one will notice.
Government, communications, industry.
Money is everywhere.
Not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
So they gave you the black market right away.
Woohoo.
And the black market's very different.
You should go recruit those rookies from the barracks first thing. There's no reason not to.
Honestly, yeah.
They're only $10 a piece.
Yeah, they just made them 10 always now. You buy most things in the black market with supplies now. Intel is now used mainly for something else.
Yar.
So the black market's really more like how it was in the first. But yeah, let's go see if there are any recruits I need to pick up. Also, let's just take a look at our soldiers in general. Oh hey, Opie.
You can spend intel now to boost infiltration on missions, so you can get.
We'll get to infiltration in a bit. So let's grab OB, Chrono.
Someone call my name.
Love Knot. And Tibbs. Or more for the pile.
Woo, we're recruits.
That other guy was just rando, so I'm not gonna care. Who else do we have? We have Space Jawa, Red, Azurink, Loganora, Dally, Smarty, Lycanis, Myken, Marvelous Cheshire, Strong Copper, Dread Priest, good ol' Master Weaver's Javolt, Arando, and yeah, for a grand total of like almost 30. That's a lot.
You're
I'm like
your army
are gonna die.
25 or so.
Your army of friends and ponies.
The crew is here.
And then one normal person.
It's just like, who are these people? Why is that one wearing a skull mask?
Who brought Reaper into this?
one of the things I did pick up, because all this talk, I was like, I'm going to see what mods are there. And I was just grabbing some stuff. Obi, they also have a StarCraft voice pack. So just like, worth it. Grab that. Grab the Nova skin design. So you can custom
about that. If you go in there looking for mods, and by the time you're done, you've got 3 gigabytes of mods downloading.
I've cut this down to about 8, and a couple of them were by your request, Lovenot.
See about lobbing the requests over to me, Lovenot. See if I found them on my searching.
Anyway, let's wait for mission to pop up. There we go. So missions will just pop up kind of on their own, and the way you start them is not by just pressing confirm and off you go. This one is going to give us resistance personnel, which will probably be helpful.
Operation
there's a bunch of stuff on the screen. It's a lot to take in.
Can't wait to see it.
Let's clear that squad and fill this up with... Wait. It's rescue resistance contacts. Yeah, we can probably just get away with rookies. I mean, the map would be huge if the last...
It says extremely light enemy activity, so there's anywhere between 1 and like 500 people there.
Yeah. I mean, in more likelihood, 3 pods of 4 that are Advent and a sectoid. That's kind of what that boils down to. Oh, I can probably fit a full squad of rookies in there. Yes, I can, because we got plenty of infiltration time. So the basic idea behind this is that a squad cannot just, land in a hot zone and just go straight to the mission. They have to go to the place, plant themselves there, and gather intel and wait for the perfect moment to strike when there are the fewest enemies around. Otherwise, they're going to start the mission at the last possible moment, and there's just going to be a billion guys there, which is not even an exaggeration. Because I've played a few missions at like half intel, and oh man.
Also, just looking at it, base infiltration 4 days, squad size modifier, and total infiltration just under the time limit for
the time limit. The mission expiration is how long it's going to take for the mission to start, and the infiltration time is how long it's going to take for your squad to reach 100% intel, which means that the enemy presence will be normal, vulnerable-ish.
Okay.
It'll be just a few guys. If you go above that time, and you don't have all the intel you need by the time the mission's about to expire, then there's going to be more guys there because you just couldn't wait long enough. And if your time is low and you get more intel than you need, then they're going to be even more vulnerable. That's the idea.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is an idea I actually like. I kind of actually like this whole system. It's once you actually wrap your head around it, it's pretty cool. Oh yes, people have noticed I have named Lycanus. His nickname is Radio Voice. Also, let's take a look at everybody here. Logan,
Derg,
Smarty, Space Jawa, Mike, and all right. So we'll send those guys off, but we're not going to play the mission right away. It'll take about a week for that mission to actually expire, then start.
Actually, I had a question. What's the 2 little top tabs with the 2 spare troops? How's that work?
They couldn't fit that many troopers
Just,
into the
like
interface.
squad.
Yeah, it's basically 2 pages of troops.
Ah.
There's the front line and the back line. So you can click on the mission that you've just sent your squad to. You can launch it prematurely, but right now
Not a good idea.
enemy readiness is impregnable.
Yeah, note that it is a valid option to go in early if you're like if there's 3 hours left and the reward is like 3 engineers or something. You could send your whole squad of your best troopers in to just do an enormous brawl.
Yeah,
and it might
in
be
theory,
worth
but
it. In theory,
but
it's an
we don't
option.
have a squad of our best troopers because they're all rookies or squaddies right now.
Yep.
You can also boost the infiltration rate with intel. And on rookie, it doubles it. And that amount gets a bit lower as you climb up the difficulty levels. But here on rookie, it's just you get double infiltration rate, which we're not going to spend on this mission. Intel will eventually become pretty precious, but they'll get to 100% just fine on their own because we're under par for infiltration time, so we'll just let time pass. Alright. Another mission has cropped up since we left them alone. And they're going to have intel and an intel package. Probably no reason not to just go for it. Let's see. Do we have enough to staff another full squad? How much time do we got? 4 days, 20 hours. Okay.
Operation Hot Dream.
I'm loving these names.
Oh,
I think they added a couple hundred new words.
Damn it, Takei!
The other operation?
That's
there was Knife Wagon and Hot Dream.
oh, you're not one of my guys. Get out of there. So now we're starting to go a bit over time on this one, because it's only 4 days, 20 hours until this one goes live.
And there I am.
Which one?
You look like you belong in Payday.
Oh yeah. Hey, Dread Priest.
It worked
I
even
approve
better
of
than
my
I
design.
expected.
Oh, sweet Christ, I approve of that design.
Who else is in the call who's also present here? I think this is Obi? Was this yours? Obi Wade?
Yeah.
I see. I'm seeing Dread right now. I don't.
Yeah. Give it 30 seconds. We've also got the Zephy. This was as close as I could get because some of the options conflicted with themselves and couldn't quite.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was worried I would embarrass myself with my character and be the silliest person in the room.
No.
And then
No.
you came across me.
I love it.
We got a really colorful squad here.
I just decided I'm just going to take what I would do and Mad Max it the fuck out of here.
Like, just notice those pants and how they're just held together by lace.
So anyway, our infiltration time with this squad, because it's so huge, will take 7 days, 5 hours. Mission expiration is 4 days, 20 hours. But what we're going to do to compensate...
Book horse.
Yeah, that's coppers.
Are you gonna spend intel on it?
I'm going to spend intel on this one. I'm going to try not to, but especially early on, I think it's worthwhile. Just so everyone gets like a basic level up and stuff like that.
You do reach a point where you can't spend your intel as fast as you're getting it after you contact 3 regions, but before you can build a new communications thing in the adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually it just gets hard to come by. Which is why they give you a bunch of intel, guerrilla ops.
It's basically the primary reward of missions.
My idea for a medic white red look was not supposed to be like this, but damn, I love it. Okay. Let's do alien biotech. Might as well.
Researcher priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
The hell's basic research?
You can do research to make your research faster.
And also reduce your need for scientists.
Yeah,
so, like, if a certain project needs 5, after doing this, it'll only need 4.
Yeah, that too. You basically do research to give yourself the equivalent boost of another scientist. Do I go for contact now and spend a bunch of intel? And on rookie, it's still like 60. On veteran, it's like 80.
If you do all your missions in one zone, the Advent alert level will shoot up really, really quickly.
That is true.
That's a new thing as well in Long War.
Is that
focus on one region too much?
Is that how the Advent strength works? The more you do there, the faster that region advances in enemy tech.
As I understand it, they spawn armies or legions, as they're called, and then they can choose where to put them depending on their idea of.
It almost sounds like they're
most.
cribbing from the board game. Well then let's expand into Eastern Europe. Because, you know, that seems like an idea.
For Sector 6, Eastern Europe.
Wait, you know, there goes a bunch of our intel, but hey, we'll start getting a little more.
Regional contact. Advanced Warfare Center.
Spend some to get some.
Yep. And now we have Advanced Warfare Center. We don't have a scientist to make them heal faster, but we can technically start training officers if we feel like it.
I just realized it's about starting a land war in Asia.
Yeah, I am.
No, the alien started it. He's gonna finish it.
It's a resistance effort in Asia. That's different. And we have a helicarrier, so it's technically
it's very topsy-turvy.
Yeah.
Yukon, Alaska.
Let's see, who should I train as my initial officer?
Is this even a question?
Your daughter.
Revolt.
I think Javolt's
on a mission right now.
Javolt's out on squad.
Nominate the Sass Queen.
I don't know. I'm trying to look at stats and compare different candidates, and you know.
I'm sure someone's already figured out the optimal class to make an officer, but I don't know it.
Well, I imagine it might be like specialist, really.
I'm sure Zankar won't complain. Oh, who am I kidding? He'll find a way to.
Oh, no, wait, this isn't officer training. That's the Guerrilla Tactics School. This is Advanced Warfare Center training for extra abilities. That's right.
I thought Advanced Warfare Center just gave them a passive chance to unlock.
Nope, they changed that in Long War 2. Now every soldier has a tree of perks that can be explored by the Advanced Warfare Center. And it's random. They split into 3 categories, and you can eventually get them all, it seems. And sometimes they don't match their class at all. But
that is a badass helmet, I will admit.
But yes, you can. Yes, there's Zenkarn. You can give them a bunch of extra perks, including a bunch of pistol training. Because pistols are just a sub-item now. They're equipment now.
Seeing Zenkan like this just reminds me of Wrench.
I was thinking, it'd be good if you could give the little floating robot things their own paint job. because you should give it a ghoulish paint job.
I think it might be tied to weapon color. I don't know. I think you can color the gremlins a bit.
It's a prominent nose. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's it, gremlins.
Alright, well, this operation's about to expire, so time to launch.
102%.
I said launch, not lunch.
Now break for lunch.
107% has no difference to 100%. As you go over, every 20% over reduces enemy strength.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Well, so this is just going to be normal unit strength. And now we understand why the first mission people were hiding in a warehouse, because that's where they had infiltrated. So it had nothing to do with Central blowing up a truck in that statue.
Although I imagine that's abstracted into the infiltration. Like you might have distractions set up, like explosives set up somewhere else to pull away the enemy.
Yeah, it's an abstraction of flavor, and I do like it a lot actually. And they've done some neat things to make this mission screen support up to like 10 people.
It doesn't support sparks though. That's a bug.
Oh, sparks don't appear on this screen?
The robots. No, they don't.
Ah, fair enough. Oh, Operation Knife Wagon.
Yeah. Oh, you just noticed that?
I just noticed that. Load up a wagon full of knives and just drive it straight into them.
I've seen dumber plans, to be fair.
I mean,
it's made by the same company that made the razor pillow. It's a very eccentric and knife-oriented.
The joke that it will never die.
It never dies. Followed as Dragon's references, the thing that everyone will get. This is also a new mission type.
What's the mission type?
Jailbreak. It's like extracting from VIP from an Advent cell, except there's 4 of them, and they'll eventually become resistance contacts for this region.
Yeah, once you rescue them,
they'll boost up your manpower in the resistance base. Anyway,
as long as you get it.
How I like to play this game is to just kind of take a session, do like a combat mission, then geoscape, combat mission, geoscape. And for the streams, I'm just gonna kind of stick to that. Because my computer can only take so much of this game and streaming it at the same time.
Yeah, it might just be me with my connection, because I dropped out of the call for a little bit, but it's cutting in and out slightly.
Yeah, it's starting to chuck a little bit. So
it's good you're ending, because I have this insatiable craving to actually play the game myself.
Exactly, but I like to play the game in sort of bite-sized chunks. So
I'm going back to the mods myself to try and find any new.
So I'm gonna do this in sort of mini streams format. I'll probably play it again later today, and I'll stream that just in sort of bite-sized chunks, because that'll give my computer a chance to rest, and I don't really have the stamina to do like super long streams anyway. So follow the Twitch channel if you want to get like notified when the stream goes live, because it might be pretty short. But I think that's how I'm gonna kind of try to do my streaming now, because I would always get burned out by having to commit to a super long stream. But I figure,
and now everyone can find out what happens at the end of this cliffhanger.
Save and exit, R1 save. And yeah, I think that'll do it for our first episode, which turned out pretty well.
All right.
And the graphic settings I've got, which are like minimal plus some texture upgrades. That's about.
Which still looks really good.
Yeah,
better than the
it's
first
still
one.
beautiful.
It's still fairly pretty, especially since.
Oh wow! I could actually run this.
Well, now you can run this after many optimization patches.
But maybe not long more, because even in base XCOM, the final mission lags the hell out of even good computers because it has like 40 enemies in existence at once. So long war where you could have like 80 if you do an impregnable mission in the late game.
Oh, geez.
I don't know how that'd work out for middling computers.
Yeah, Long War 2 is a bit more resource heavy. But anyway, that'll be it. Thanks for watching the first stream. I'm going to try and export this from Twitch to YouTube, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for joining a bunch of people, actually. Azure, Dread Priest, Love Not, Oblivious, Zephyr, Double Cross was just hanging out.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It's not like you can get rid of us.
Well, why do I want to, honestly? I'm happy
See
you guys are
next
here.
time, Commander.
I hope I continue to see you next time.
Yeah.
I hope nothing bad happens. Anyway, now I'm going.